Are you ready, kids?
What if I tell you that I can build a Bikini Bottom fish tank in just 10 minutes? You will be thinking, no way, that is impossible. Okay, let me show you. But I will make it even more difficult because I will be building 10 SpongeBob fish tanks, all different, in 100 minutes. And if you're wondering why do I do this? Yeah, why are you doing this? Most people who start a fish tank quit in the first year, not because the hobby is bad, but because the system they were handed was broken. I call it the valley of death. The trap where every beginner falls and is sentenced to live with problems that have become so normal in the hobby. Nobody has a solution. Fish and plants die, you get algae all the time, and it is too much maintenance. So if you're one of the men that had a fish tank and quit because it was too much work and at the end your fish die, this video is for you. Maybe my new way of creating fish tanks will change your mind. Hopefully, I can show you how these can give you control over all these problems. Let me show you. Starting with the first one, Bikini Bottom. The time starts now. As any masterpiece, I need a plan. I need a plan because this is a beginner's design. The first thing we will need is a 5.5 gallon fish tank, and that is intentionally. It needs to be yellow, a blue background. Also, the aquarium line needs to be blue so it matches the sky. Aquarium plants, coral mountains in the back, the main three houses. More coral in the front, floating flowers on the sides, and we need one fish, of course. Okay, this will help me if I don't know what to do. Let's start. I have an empty fish tank right here. Most beginners start with a fish tank like this. This is a 5.5 gallon fish tank. Right, this is a good fish tank, but it has these black-green covers, edges, I don't know, which are very cool for a Batman fish tank, but because we're doing a SpongeBob, we need them to be yellow. Good thing that I have this box with all green covers. I designed these long time ago, but they work really well because they snap in place. And if you want them, you can even glue them. Anyway, I will leave the link in the description. Now you can make your fish tank the color you want. Along with the ring covers, I also have this cheap aquarium light from Amazon, which does the job well if you are a beginner, as long as the plants you're getting are beginner friendly, which I know you will be buying. Checking our design, the background and the aquarium line needs to be blue. The way I do is that I get this waterproof paper. I measure the tank size, back panel or front is the same. I know I can print my design in 2 pages that will cover the area. In my case, I'm using this image of a SpongeBob sky, one side on one page and the other side in the other page. So when you print it, wait, let me show you. One second. Take both pages, put it side by side, flip it, tape it. That is your background. Tape it on the back of your tank. Done. So to change the color of the aquarium light, I have something better, but I need to 3D print it. So to my 3D printer, I'm adding a Printing Accelerator. That will increase the speed of my 3D printer to lightning speed. So with just one click, we're going to knit it. That should be good. Okay, let's see. It doesn't look so bad. This thing is pretty good. Also, these covers, they also snap in place. But this is the time that most people destroy the fish tank without even knowing it. Let me explain. Normally, to make a fish tank, you need to put the substrate. Then you put the core, rocks, wood, and then you insert the plants into the substrate. You add water, add fish. The next day or a few days later, the problem starts. The plants are floating. You put them back, but they still float. You do a water change, things get disorganized. You manage to put the plants down, but they start to get ugly. Algae comes, more water changes, more maintenance. This cycle repeats itself. It is normal. Eventually more problems come. Nothing you could not handle. But eventually your fish die and you feel guilty. Even though you were trying your best and doing all you could do, it happens. Most of the people that go through all that trouble, most of the time give up. Their fish die and they quit the hobby. So now, here's the part that nobody in the hobby ever told you. It was never your fault. The substrate was a problem. So I built something different. So instead of using substrate, I will take one of my modular planted floor. A simple 3D printer container with a sponge as a lid. The sponge has slits where the plants are already inserted and growing in them. This is the trick that I was talking about earlier. This will give you control over all the problems in the valley of death. The sponge grips the roots so nothing ever floats. This makes this step so easy. I just need to grab one of the already established ones and place it inside the new fish tank. This allows easy maintenance in case there is a problem with your fish tank. For example, if I get algae, I just take the module out and clean it. Or one of them if I have a fish tank with multiple modules. And thanks to the sponge, the plants are so secure that you can flip this whole thing upside down and nothing will fall. It has more benefits, which I'm going to be talking throughout this series, so let's move on. Okay, the plants are in, we need to 3D print now. Wait, because the plants are in, I need to put the water hose now. The magic of editing. Okay, not so much magic. Okay, let's print. All right, for Bikini Bottom, we need the trimming houses, coral in the back and coral in the front. It should be fast with the Printing Accelerator, so let's just hit print. First, let's start with the background and hit print. Okay, that's small, so that should be good. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Very nice. Oh wait, and to see if it's going to fit, I'm going to grab this Modular Planted Floor outside the water. There you go. Okay, now we're going to print the front corals, so let's hit print. I didn't even hear that. That was so fast. Oh, look at that. Nice. Very cute. Okay, now we can start printing the main three houses, so let's print them all at once to save time. Wow. This Printing Accelerator was the best idea. So I make the three houses with opening in the back, so the fish will have a place to sleep. I know that it's not part of the cartoon, but they should be. Okay, so we don't have too much time. We're done 3D printing and the only thing we're missing are the flowers on the sides. And for that, I'm going to be using these sticky flowers that I got from Amazon. It's better than 3D printing the little circle and then putting them with glue. Let's just start putting this thing together. I 3D printed the houses solid so they will sink, but let's start with a 2D background. Let's put the aquarium light back. The water is done. We need to put the flowers. And some bubbles. I just need to turn it on. Okay, the last step is just to put the one fish inside. I want you to meet Patrick. I think he likes it. And that's how you make a bikini bottom fish tank in 10 minutes. So we can finally say bikini bottom is completed. Okay, so 1 down, 9 to go, and this tank will just disappear in 1 second. Now we only have 10 minutes to build that Krusty Krab.